Nope.
From Atlanta, Fulton County.
Have but one objective.
Go and there's an exchange.
Alright, YMBB, episode 8, You Must Be Bored. We are in San Diego.
What's up?
California!
Blake, as always.
Garrett, what's up?
Spencer.
Spencer's here.
Chu Charles.
Chalking it up with Chu is here. And Mr.
Amesard.
Justin.
Amesard.
Cassiani.
The Babylon crew. We're out here in San Diego.
We haven't really done this before, but we decided to just kind of get a couple people in the mix, and
So we're all really bored, right? Is that what we're doing?
No.
we can't say that because we're in San Diego.
Oh.
No,
That was a great time.
We made it look like we're having fun on Insta.
yeah, you're tripping, dude.
Could be a
cool.
It's the beauty hiding behind it,
Yeah. No, we brought everyone on because, one, you guys are all part of Babylon Creations, obviously. Spencer's doing Nail Surf Decks.
Yeah.
Chewy's got Chalking Up with Chew, which check out the interview with Brewfish if that's already out by the time you hear this.
Yeah, it's coming.
And Amesard, of course, with the crazy drawings.
Yep.
New video.
And there's going to be a new video out with some insights from Justin, Garrett, and Johnny.
Just some
the
weird,
Hurricane.
some weird
Justin
art talk.
Hurricane.
Yeah, some weird art talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's good, and I think this gives we all are kind of on the spectrum of what the topic is this week.
Yeah.
And so we've been like the last, I don't know, 5, 7 now that we're on number 8 have been kind of like loose, and we've just been kind of loose and off the hip with it and drinking and hanging out. But we've been kind of wanting to actually talk about some real shit, and I mean, our whole intention for this podcast anyways was to dig into some real shit and to have the conversations that we have behind closed doors kind of, I don't know, more articulately and more well thought out. And I don't know, for the people around us that we love and care about to listen to, and I don't know, just get a little bit of insight. But this week's topic's going to be interesting. It's going to be divorce. We want to talk about kind of what it was like experiencing divorce as, you know, someone who personally don't really remember my parents being together at all the way up until, you know, Spencer and Blake.
Yeah, we remember that for sure.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about this group too, is we're all on different, like you were saying, your parents got divorced when you were younger.
Yeah, so
Ours got divorced
3, 4 years.
3-4 years ago.
My parents were going through the divorce, yeah.
And
Yeah, my parents, they don't fuck with that, yeah.
and Justin's parents are good Christian parents.
Yeah.
Justin's here to make us feel
They're just
weird.
their thing,
In love,
you
they're
know?
just together.
They just met the right person.
Everything goes perfect for them, I'm sure.
They got lucky.
Yeah, they never have any problems.
We'll dig into that later, yeah.
But I guess we could kind of just start by sharing, everyone kind of share a quick little like
Tidbit?
story on kind of where they're at with it, I guess. You know?
Well, it's way bigger than that, and we brought it up anyways because, like, just up how our lives are in different gear, you know, and different gears in the sense that, you know, you like comfortability, you like stability, I like spontaneity, I like fluctuation, and like just because I'm used to bouncing back and forth every other week, you know, being in a different place, and it's just manifested into our whole lives. I think how we emotionally react to stuff, how we feel about our stuff, like, you know, in our quiet moments and shit, and so.
Yeah.
Psychology.
So, yeah, dang, you're just gonna like give us therapy right now.
Pretty much,
Yeah. He's doing a great
We're
job.
giving ourselves therapy.
whatever. Judging us the whole time.
So, when did your parents get divorced?
I think it was like 4 or 5. And so I remember there were like a couple memories that I remember of all of us together, but you know, it's not super full of love or anything. They're just kind of like moments, and they honestly have been moments that I've probably been told about for so many years that I have, like, you know how fucking distorted your memories get the further away you get from them, because it's the actual reality of what happened, and then it's your memory, and then it's your memory of a memory, and then your memory of a memory, and then what you want the memory of the memory of the memory to be, and then it just gets like a copy of a copy of a copy, and so who knows, but no, it's just been interesting, and my parents never got along when they were divorced anyway, so that kind of like was a weird tension too. Like, you get to one house and it's, your dad's doing this and he's spiteful and he's not giving me the money and then he's an asshole and all this stuff, and then you go, and then so you're in this mindset of, oh my god, and you're trying to comfort that other parent, and you're also feeling, you know, some sort of anger and shit because, you know, and then you go back to the other house and so, well, your mom's a bitch, she's lying, this and that, and you're just like so fucking torn, and I was lucky that I had a sister who's like my best fucking friend, and we just like teammated that shit out. We just like
That's good.
read over, send any of your shit over. We got this. Like,
Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of what me and Blake went through
yeah.
with the divorce.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think
You guys have gotten
we've
so
gone
close.
much closer. I never thought we'd kiss. I never thought that we'd.
Wait, what?
I never thought that we'd.
We can edit that one, right?
No, it was staying. Might even get one on camera.
Let's do it. We're in San Diego.
Oh, was that too far?
Too
Too far.
That's like as far as what I said to Justin earlier.
Yeah, what was that?
Nothing.
Well, and then I think it also like provides you that perspective at a younger age of like, oh, people are fucking kids. Like they're young and they get together and they get comfortable with someone and it's not necessarily the right person. And then when your mom meets someone else or your dad meets someone else and you're like, they are way better for each other. And they meet the right person and you see how that affects like an adult, and that can be pretty powerful too. Like honestly, I think 2 happy homes is way better than 1 really unhappy home. Like,
Yes,
and that is in my
true.
that's
Especially
me experiencing it.
That's
That's
the
me
whole
fucking
idea
experiencing
behind-
it.
Kind of what
Why you
Kaylin's
should.
going through, I guess. Well, me and Jen were never
Kim.
really. Kim, my daughter. She has to. I mean, she's in a good home too.
Yeah.
Kind of like I know. Like I was talking to Marius about it too, because you know how he does like our buddy Marius. He was telling me something about like when he was doing like a study. He was talking about like how parents are split, and especially for youngs, how like they kind of choose the different parent. Like one's cooler or one's like.
It's always the one
you
that's
know?
more lenient. The
Yeah.
one that lets you get away with more shit, has more freedom.
Which I'm probably that dad.
That's my
Up to a
mom.
point. Up to a point, I feel.
And then you lose respect.
I mean, my parents aren't doing much.
So he's still contributing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Contribute
But
to your thoughts,
I
sir.
want Chewy to finish his story because we
Okay.
kind of got
Yeah,
Garrett and then
go.
Yeah, well, I mean that was pretty much it as far as like I said, Kaylin's kind of bouncing back and forth, and I understand like for a young child that's kind of like it's kind of confusing to them because they don't really know what to believe, and sometimes I think like what's going on.
Well, and I think sometimes parents think too much about it. They get too caught up in it. Where kids are really resilient, dude. Like if you're fucking cool and
Yeah,
you
dude.
keep your kid like entertained, you keep them focused, you keep something you don't let them get bored and mischievous. Dude, they'll be fine, man.
I like this.
Kids are really
Don't let 'em
resilient.
do
Yeah, it might be easier that she's like, this is all she knows. She doesn't really know anything.
Yeah, I know it's weird too
So-
because I never lived like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my parents pretty cool up until when obviously we'll get to that when
Last
they got
couple
divorced.
years,
You know? And so for me it's different because it's like I don't know, I never grew up that
I
way.
kind of got both sides. Like my mom and dad, technically they divorced when I was like 2. My first, the first divorce.
Your biological father.
Yeah, with my biological father, and so I didn't really know anything of it. I grew up with my stepdad, and then the more recent divorce, that one threw me for a loop for sure. But the first one, I mean, I didn't know any different. And growing up with my stepdad and not my real dad, I didn't know any different, so it wasn't even a big deal. I didn't really even think about my mom being divorced.
It's true. Because
Forgot,
as a
kind of.
cousin growing up, I really didn't know that your stepdad
Was my stepdad.
was your stepdad.
They did. Well,
I thought he was
they
your
did a
dad.
really good job
Yeah.
of that. They, like you got to give them props
And,
for that because some
you know,
families
he
don't
just-
do that
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Blending is really hard.
And he does an awesome job. And I mean, I talked to him, earlier last month, and
Yeah.
he's still the same way. It doesn't.
He's a really strong character. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Pretty cool.
stayed pretty strong with it. I mean,
But I mean, how is it?
lows too?
it's
Just
tough,
like
yeah.
yeah.
overall, he didn't go off the wagon and do something stupid or go crazy.
No,
and-
he beat me. When you don't know.
Yeah. He was like, "Go get me beer."
No,
Take my wallet.
that's
Show my ID.
That was actually surprising. Like, he used to be an alcoholic. He used to drink a lot, and I kind of thought that he might turn to that once he got all the divorce went through. But he'll have a beer. So
Yeah, he's been pretty good at
P90X
controlling
is his
that.
fucking
Yeah, dude, he
addiction.
works
Yeah.
out like
Yeah,
every
What?
the guy's looking good.
Yeah.
Chewy.
There you go.
Not doing this again.
I'm just gonna shut up, man.
Please, tell us.
What do you mean? You don't know this.
by looking
But
good?
Chewy's like officially came out this trip.
I don't put that on
He came
camera.
out this
Yeah.
shit.
No.
Like
Compliment.
literally,
He's trying to hide it, but
he was
Yeah,
in the
there's a
closet, then he
couple
came out of the
things.
closet, and now he's
He's
here.
trying to backpedal.
he's just complimenting a lot of
You're
guys.
doing great.
I give respect when
He's
respect
feeling
is due,
good. I
man.
don't know how many Rolling Rocks he is deep, but he's feeling good.
4.
So,
So
to get it back on track. So that's interesting because there's like a way you can grow up and it's almost normal, right?
Oh yeah. Well, now
It's
more
not-
than 50% of people. So it is the normal
Yeah.
now.
But I guess when it happens is the thing that makes it different.
Oh yeah.
Like because
Mom tried to tell us that she did this now. She thought it would have messed us up if she did it when we were younger, so she kind of like waited to do this until we were old enough. But in my opinion, that was a lot worse.
that's
Yeah.
And that's kind of putting it on you guys.
Yeah,
that's
because
what I'm
it's
saying.
kind of
It's fucked up.
we were like established, and then she just did it, and it like blew everything up. And then
I see both sides,
We all
though.
straight
And
out.
a disclaimer. We're not trying to like ridicule or criticize it. I mean,
No,
it is what it
no,
is.
we-
Everyone
like,
has issues. Everyone
yeah.
has problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I could do a million podcasts. We could all do a million podcasts about our issues.
Yeah,
So it's
no, her
fun.
intentions weren't to do anything like that.
Yeah.
She thought it was gonna be better that way, and it just. I mean, she didn't know.
But I think that's the thing is divorce. Like I think in our culture, it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but like it's a big deal. It impacts people no matter at what age they are. Like it's when a family shatters, like that affects people.
Yeah.
But it's in our culture. It's like it's so normal that people are like, yeah, just get divorced. It doesn't matter. And then you guys will raise the
That's-
kids.
yeah,
Or
it's
everyone's like, no, that has
It's
big
broken.
effects.
Especially for you guys. I mean, you guys had that home since you guys were,
23 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Pretty much all
Yeah.
my life.
the home that won like best landscaped in the
Yeah, it
community.
was a beautiful house. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
so-
how many times Spencer smashed him.
Corner lot.
But even,
Anyway.
Moving on.
but
Got
yeah, it's almost like you're saying. It's to put it on the kids. Like I remember we were told like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like you should be fine. It shouldn't affect anything. It shouldn't.
Well, yeah.
Our
that's what
relationship should still be normal.
That's what
It's
we
like,
were
dude, no,
told,
that's-
and not that.
Yeah,
that's-
it can't
it's
be
impossible.
normal. Yeah, it's gonna affect things a lot, and that's not to say because I mean I'm sure there's bitterness there, but it's also like there's different dynamics now. Like when you're not living in the same household and you
Oh yeah.
don't have that connection with the whole family, it's
I felt like I
weird.
literally lost my family. That's it. And like, cause I moved out on my own through the divorce, sold the house. I went on my own, and then I kind of felt like isolated, and like I wasn't talking to mom, and I wasn't talking to dad, and then I was talking to Blake, but Blake was going through his own thing too, and we all just everyone just probably felt alone.
What were you doing?
That's the trip.
Xanax.
the whole time?
The whole time.
Yeah, no, that,
Dollar bills
What
in
were
the
you doing?
ears.
Well,
you still have
that was what my engagement just fell apart too. So it was like everything was kind of crumbling.
We
I
got
just finished-
wild. Listen, you gotta listen.
not
Are
not
you
yet.
not
It
listening
was-
to
No,
Wine?
no, that was
The
that was
engagement
way
fell
after.
apart before.
Yeah, I know.
No, it didn't.
Oh, it was after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
That's like-
we weren't
that's
together.
why.
We weren't together then, and then we got back together after the divorce.
Then
Well,
you
yeah,
asked.
Yeah, it fell
that's
apart.
probably that's too hard
That's
to
next
keep
episode.
track
That's
of.
a whole nother.
So
At that point, I was
Let's-
still in school, but I moved in with my dad. I went with my dad.
I feel like we should talk about it because we're just kids of these parents that have broken apart. But I feel like we should kind of see inside what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, for my
Well,
situation,
that's what you said.
That's right,
with-
my
you
point.
said
She didn't
your
know
mom
what she
was
was doing.
stressed.
They don't know what they're doing. They're going through life
They're
too.
just acting.
Well, they're
yeah.
they're kids too. Like
Yeah,
that, like you were
exactly.
saying,
Yeah.
like they're still people
You said in
figuring
the other
it out.
podcast.
it seemed
where-
like
where you said your dad said you guys are going through it together. This is the first time he's having a
Yeah.
kid, and you're the. I forgot what exactly.
No, no, he's like this.
Supposed
Is,
to be quoting us.
shit.
I listen. I listen.
No, you're absolutely
Heard
right.
every one
Yeah.
of them.
And that was a cool statement that my dad said. It was like, we're doing this together. This is the
Yeah.
first time I've had a 16-year-old son. It's the first time you've been a 16-year-old kid. Like, and it was just like, oh shit, all right, you know.
That's a lot better than like I'm the adult, I'm the
Yeah,
parent.
absolutely.
Like, what?
And
What even
he
mean?
had those
Like,
moments
you know?
more often than he had the other
Oh, right,
moments.
yeah,
but
yeah.
those are the moments that stay with me.
But those are the ones that click. It's
Yeah.
Because then you
okay.
relate and you can connect and
Yeah.
understand each other.
He gets me. Yeah. He gets where I am. And
Yeah.
he's in the same spot. Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And it sucks that it takes like taking 5 years and a bunch of life experiences to like be like, fuck. Like that's what they were handing me, you know, and like you research it. But I mean that's it, and they fucking recognize that too. They're like, oh, I did that to my parents, and they did that, you know. It's,
Kind of it's like the point of being ready to have a kid is like so you can go through all that stuff and then you know better, and then you're gonna end up telling your kid you know what's best.
And then
but
create
you
the
didn't.
same thing.
I realized that too. There was a certain point in my
Because I
life
said so.
where I was like,
Gotcha.
God, man, I heard my mom like talking to my sister about like something, and there was a point where I was just like, yeah, you kind of sound full of shit. like you told me the same thing when I was young, and it didn't work out that way. Like I forgot what it was about, but it was like I just like heard it in the background, and it just kind of like gave me that like. I mean, I don't want to say like my parents are full of shit, but like some of the things that they told us was like kind of full of shit. But
They just have to act like they know what they're talking
Yeah, I know,
about.
but-
Otherwise, it doesn't really work.
You're not gonna
You
respect
can't-
them,
yeah, but it's like I don't know. For me, it's just kind of like I just heard it, and it was just kind of like I remember like my mom telling me this when I was young, and I think it was just something for her to tell me, so I could just like listen to her or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that happens.
What if she was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, like she was kind of just like I have to say something to be assertive. I understand how to get that, and I gotta say
I
that
don't
now
know, dude.
as a
You're like,
parent of my own. Like there's times where
Come on.
I'll catch myself saying things to Kaylin, and it's like,
Oh,
fuck,
yeah.
I sound just like my dad, or I sound just like my mom. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh.
But you
It
get
gets
caught
me
up-
creepy.
You
Yeah.
get caught up in your
I
own
do, yeah.
emotion too, and it's just being human. It just
Yeah.
fucking is.
That
what
is
it
really-
is.
Well, I
I've
think
had-
this is one way to help with that is like
Yeah.
by talking about it and discussing it rather than just like
And-
oh shit.
Me personally, like that's one thing going through my parents' divorce because they're still living together. But
And that's
they're
the thing.
They're,
Yours
they're
is
sleeping
lingering.
differently.
Yours is lingering
Yeah, and it's
longer
in the
than
home.
anything else.
And it's not like my parents are yelling at each other. It's
Yeah,
just
it's a weird situation.
yeah, it's weird.
It's an avoidance thing.
Yeah, it really is. And my mom talks to me about it, and I just give her like the shoulder, like I don't know, I'll do something. Like she's gonna ask, like, cause she kind of like has this thing where she's set to like, when Georgina graduates, my sister, she's gonna be like, I'm
She's
kind of
out.
like, I'm out. You know, what are you gonna do? And I just like, I don't know. I kind of just, and I do.
Be putting it on.
I'm very
That's
like,
a problem though.
and it is a problem.
You
Because
gotta
my dad's
figure
the
it
same way.
Yeah,
Well,
My dad's very like.
You are like your dad.
I am like my dad, but I'm a lot like my mom. I have my mom's spark
personality wise, but yeah.
Well, and
But when it comes to
liking-
serious shit like
liking
that-
men, you're like your mom too. Right?
Yeah, liking men.
I guess, man.
Remember that line you said to me earlier?
Nope, don't remember. I was
About
trying.
the t-shirt and
Don't
stuff?
remember.
How it should be off.
Did I say that?
Not allowed.
No, but serious. But
Like that's in the realm of possibility that he might have said that.
you say weird
You
things.
had to
I'm
think
drunk.
about it.
Somebody give me another beer.
Yeah,
What were you
one
saying?
second.
But no, to be honest, like I don't talk to my mom or anything. When people ask me about the divorce, I kind of do shrug it away, and I just, I don't know. It's because like for me, it's like I've seen my parents together. They weren't.
Have you had your quiet moments to react to it, or do you think it's just gonna happen when you're like, oh shit, the
It's
family's
gonna
not
happen,
living in the
it's
same
gonna
house
happen.
anymore? It's gonna be one of
Yeah,
those things.
it'll be.
Well, that's the reality.
I don't know how I'm
of
gonna react to it, to be honest.
it. Yeah.
And it's like I don't. I
I want
mean,
you just to pour out right now.
I don't want
No,
to.
just kidding.
Are you crying?
No, I'm not crying. But
Hey, don't step on my leash.
sorry. But no, like I said, for me, it's different because your parents separated. They found their own way, and it's like 'cause my dad's not working, and then that has a lot to do with why they're getting divorced. Because my dad's just kind of like,
There's a lot of animosity and shit.
yeah. And like I said, my dad's very stubborn. He's very quiet, not an emotional person. And me and my father don't have like I guess the greatest relationship because we're just kind of like on a need to know basis. Like I don't talk to him about shit.
Hmm.
My mom tries to talk to me about stuff, and I don't talk to her about stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Well, and that's what I'm starting to recognize too. Is like the older I get, the more I kind of have to take the power of that relationship into my hands. Like if I want it to be what I want it to be, I kind of got to act.
Yeah.
Where it's like if I just avoid it, then it just kind
yeah,
of
it feels
goes
like
to
it,
crumbles.
whatever.
Relationships
away.
work. Every type of relationship is work.
And that was
Very
these
deep.
last two podcasts. Like you even heard us fucking work some shit out on the podcast. Like
Did it
fucked
get a
up
little weird?
shit we've never talked about. And we're just like, fuck. Like, come on, like this is it. Like we only got one shot. I mean, and it's cool when you can find someone to actually have a dialogue with. Like why would you want to just shut that off? Like,
You know
it's
what? For me,
beautiful.
it is, and it just like I don't know. I push it away. Even Brandon's come up. Brandon and Carl came up to me too, and like, how do you feel? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I literally tell them I don't want to talk about it.
Isn't that the trip that like you're in your house with your whole family and everyone in there feels alone? And it took
Yeah.
Spencer and everyone moving into their own places that everyone kind of was dealing with it in some weird new space. Like, it's like, but it's the same emotional response. Like, it's kind of a trip. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a trip to me.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable sometimes, but like I said, it's not like my parents are yelling and screaming at each other. They're just more of like, I don't know, they just bicker. Especially my
Or
mom.
just little passive aggressive
Those
comments.
American pickers, yeah. I saw that once.
Yeah.
And who knows, like, dude, your mom could just come to life. Your dad could come to life,
that's
and
what-
it could
that's
just
the
they could be
thing.
holding each other back
Oh.
right now.
That
And
was
if when
my
they do,
question.
you're like, whoa, like you could be amazed, and they can motivate you, and it could just be a positive thing. I don't know.
Well, my dad doesn't have like, I mean, like I said, he's very secluded to himself, so he doesn't have like, he has family, but he doesn't like, you know,
Yeah, reach out.
reach out. He doesn't like, he's not gonna ask for help. He's not gonna do like, he's gonna try to figure it out on its own. And now I just feel like I see my mom going out a lot, which is kind of weird for me. She's going to different places.
Yeah, I've been liking them pictures.
So, you brought up the fact that separate households, but they're happier.
Yeah.
I kind of want to reflect on that. Like, how do you feel? Do you think this
Real
is
quick,
good? Do you
can we
think this is
say
bad?
that feeling of wanting to like step out of it is normal. I don't
Oh,
want it
yeah.
to be
Yeah.
like I don't want you to feel
Oh,
like oh
definitely.
you're
Fighting that
wrong.
shit every
you
day.
Like we all do that.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're in
With everything.
you're in a friend zone, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
you're
true.
in a friend zone.
Thank you. I love you.
No, but and I think that's continuing to talk
Yeah, it's good.
about it like this is good. But
Yeah, that's true.
What'd you ask?
Don't be scared of it.
No, you just wanted to you wanted to
Yeah.
reflect more on like
I
two
mean it's
happy
scary,
homes.
but
And-
at the same time, like at least we
Because
know
for me
people that
now,
can
it's like,
connect.
because I have
And I don't want
kids,
to we don't need to get too personal, but it's like, yeah, two happy homes. Do you think your dad's happier than he was at the?
No.
No.
I don't think you see that's
happy.
the struggle.
Yeah.
That's-
But he's
But
got to
that-
deal with
and you
I
think
don't
your
know
mom's
what the cards
happier, or
got.
do you think she's just reacting?
I can't
It's hard to
really
say.
honestly tell
Like,
100%.
if you had to graph it,
But that's not. I don't feel like that's my job either.
Yeah, it's
like my
not.
job is mainly to
Well,
seek my happy. Like
she did
do
it.
what I can.
She did it for like pretty much for her own happiness.
Yeah.
She,
If
she
she
wanted to be
thinks
happy.
that,
She
then
wasn't
yeah.
happy in the relationship.
that's okay though.
So
Because
if she is, then more power to her.
I wouldn't
I
want
just-
to be in
I don't know.
any sort of relationship with someone that's not happy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
whether you're happy or not.
Yeah, but
Like,
you get
then-
so
but
you get so
content or not.
deep
Then that
into
gets-
a life with someone.
Yeah,
It also
dude.
gets to in a marriage or does that you're never gonna be happy all the time. So like that then that's like you have to find the line.
What are you willing to fight for?
Yeah, because marriage doesn't promise happiness. Actually, if you think about it, it should promise unhappiness. Like it's two
Challenges.
two
and-
people for the rest of your life living together. Like that's asking for unhappiness. So it's about
No, thank
working
you.
through that and trying to find out how to love in unhappiness,
Yes
which
and
I
no.
think is not.
All right, this
Yeah,
isn't
tell
an
me-
unfit pastor. All right.
No, it's good.
It's true.
It is true.
No,
It is
yeah.
true. He does
If you
so-
don't want
You
that, then you
have
shouldn't
to
get married.
Find love in not being happy because it's like it's not gonna ever be perfect, and you just like
almost
you
like
made
a
the
sacrifice.
commitment. You
Yeah.
gotta made the commitment to be together for life, and
Yeah.
so you gotta work through it. It's just
But
another
life
relationship.
is fickle though.
But
too.
it is,
It's like-
yeah. On the same
it's
aspect,
like,
it's really hard.
you gotta
and I get
chase
why it
your
doesn't, yeah.
shit, and you're just like, oh my god, I
We
should
all
be
have
traveling the world
dreams.
doing this.
Yeah,
And you just-
we all have dreams.
But yeah, I mean, when there's kids in the mix, that's it. Like that should change your whole world.
Yeah,
But,
it really
I mean,
should.
if it's just
Oh,
two
man.
adults,
But then that's
What
another
were
thing.
you gonna say
Tell
about?
them.
You were like, oh yes and no.
I
or
kind of want to interject on my story.
Yeah, go
for
it, yeah.
that,
Yeah.
You know, I have parents. You know, you probably know this, and biology reasons or whatever. And they've been married. They've been married for over 23 years.
Just had an anniversary like just not too long ago. Right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I saw that.
New Year's or whatever.
oh, so they got married when you were like 5?
That's when my parents got married, actually. I
You
was
said
my dad's
20.
best man.
You said they've been married for
I
23
said
years.
23?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Or 30,
33.
30, close to 30.
Oh, I see, I see.
How old is Jesse?
33. 32,
Mm.
Okay.
maybe.
What were you gonna say?
So,
So,
longer than that.
a little over 30 years. My bad for saying
And it's not that they haven't had their struggles, but like,
Oh,
what do you
yeah,
think
what
has
we-
kind of held them together? Or
They definitely had their struggles. Like, everyone had their struggles. And I remember crying as a little boy because mom just had to drive off from a conversation they were having.
yeah,
And I feel like my dad has changed as a person. My eldest sister had
Yeah.
a kid, and that changed his perspective big time.
yeah, that makes sense.
Same here with my dad,
He
too.
he made it. He's a softie now.
But I think
offense, Ed.
the important thing is like
Yeah, good luck with that one next week.
adults and parents, they just react. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
the situation's on fire, And that's fine. That's human. That's being human.
Yeah.
Kids in class have an argument and it escalates.
It's
But I think
environmental.
what your kid needs to see is the conclusion. They
Mm.
need to see the resolution, not just like, mommy and daddy are good and we're making out. It's like
Yeah.
they need to see that conversation of rebuilding, of communicating, of truth,
Like,
and
hey, we
finding
just
that.
had this fight.
A lot of kids don't see that. They just see
They
the
don't.
fighting and then they see the next fighting.
That's
They don't see the.
That's the thing with
That's
my
the
parents.
healthy
That's a
too.
good point. Yeah, that's
Because
a
my
good
mom-
point.
my
'Cause
mom
fighting's
would-
gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah, it's human. It's
Yeah.
fucking-
My mom would tell me like, because I've never seen my dad like that emotional. He's always been like that. I guess
Tough guy.
tough guy, macho guy. And my mom would tell me sometimes when they were good, like, your dad came up to me and like said like I love you and all this. I never heard him say that. I was like,
That's a
nah,
generation.
you're tripping. Because my dad would
That's a
never say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think my dad
wow.
even told me like I love you like twice in my whole life that I can remember.
Generation.
So did you see your parents like when they would fight? Did you see that love get rekindled and like the, or
Yeah, they're
You saw them work it out?
together, like, I
Wait,
mean,
I
I
think-
wasn't sitting down like taking notes.
well, no, I get
but
that. Yeah, you're caught in
but
You
your
saw them
own-
working out.
I think the thing I remember most is like those really angry moments, but then everything was good. All of a sudden, like I don't remember specifically.
That's the
Make up sex.
That's the sketchy thing. Because it's not just all, it's not just
I
all
don't even
good.
go there.
So there's a
I don't know if they
process.
hit me on the head or something. Like
No, I
might
think
have-
something like that. I think when parents do that, it's behind closed doors because, like I said, I would see my parents like
never had
bicker,
my open
like,
door.
And that's the thing.
"Oh,
If
you
you
didn't
don't
clean the
fight behind
dishes,"
closed doors,
and it's like they come back to normal.
Oh, the same.
That's
yeah.
probably like their own conversation they have behind closed doors. It's not gonna happen in front of the
Yeah,
parents.
but they
like
could
the
still
kids.
come to the kid and be, hey, I know you saw us fighting.
Yeah.
This is what we talk. You know, you don't have to have the actual
This is
resolution
why I was mad.
in front of them,
There
but
we
you
go,
can bring
yeah.
the resolution
Yes.
to them.
That's what you
I
should
would have
do.
loved that.
Yeah, it's mainly
I would-
communication, dude. Like
That's a
Strictly
beautiful
Communication
point.
is
it's key.
very
It's
much
What's your name again? Sorry.
Blake.
Blake.
Yeah.
So he just mentioned something very intuitive for once, and
but
he said.
we invited you on.
Do you know how many people watch this?
5.
Yeah.
17.
We're all here.
Yeah, this one I think we're gonna have the most listeners because there's the most people contributing.
Dope.
All right, we're gonna.
We're getting
Cut that out just in case.
Flaky,
In
flaky.
case we don't get it.
Let's stop it.
Oh, cool.
Stop it! Stop it now!
That's
Is
good
that what
timing.
you're saying?
Staticky.
I think it's because we all got loud or something. Huh?
So that was the end
Yeah,
of
I
it.
threw it off.
Don't shit the bed, dude.
I told myself if I ever shit my pants, I would fucking leave. I would leave this. I would leave the city. I would not hear me ever again. I moved to the other side. I live with Caleb.
Alright. Where you Wolverine?
Dad, why'd you end up coming to stay with me?
Alright, so.
Yes, I should myself.
So, man, we were
Blake
talking
was
about,
talking about-
parents arguing.
It's just coming back
And then-
after an argument and coming back to their kid and telling their kid,
Yeah, I
like,
thought that
hey,
was awesome.
it's a resolution. They talk about the resolution. I've heard somebody tell me that that's what they do, and I don't know if I really believe them, but that's
That's
it
cool.
sounds like a smart.
Doesn't seem like a lot of
thing to
people do that. Yeah.
I mean, it would be really hard,
Yeah,
obviously.
it'd be awkward and it'd be hard, but I think
that
especially for a young child, like how are you
super
supposed to
beneficial.
explain that to them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
You just
Well,
do. I
Daddy-
don't know. You
Daddy
just
called
do.
me a stupid bitch, and we talked it through.
And I am a stupid bitch.
He's totally right. I'm wrong.
Daddy's always right.
No, I thought that was smart because, you know, as a kid you see these things and you see angry parents. And, you know, I remember my mom getting in her fucking van and driving away. And I was like, fuck, she's gone forever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like,
And that's why
scary.
I remember. Even though they're still together today and everything's gravy sauce, even
That's
though
stuff,
dad's
yeah.
still
So my next question is:
saucy.
are either of your parents still together? Were they divorced? What was their situation? What were your
No.
parents raised?
Dad's
Dad's dad left when he was like 12.
14,
something like
Wow.
going into high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my grandparents are still together, but I mean
that. But that's,
that's not a good thing.
they sleep in
Not-
separate rooms too. and
Got you.
There's a lot of
That's old school, though.
bitterness there too.
That's
Yeah,
old
yeah,
school.
yeah.
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 There's
That's a trip.
Yeah, that's the only thing that like I see that kind of like justifies maybe a divorce would be like an example would be my grandparents. I'm at my grandma's house every Wednesday, and
Just
when they come and sit down, they just start fighting and
He
arguing.
disrespects her so
Yeah.
bad.
It's kind of bad, and like she says one or two things, and he gets up and walks away from the table. I can't be around her. I'm like, You guys were married. You've been married for 50 something, 60 years.
It's too costly to get a divorce, dude.
Well,
And you're fucking bound to
especially
that person.
Back then, when like women
Whoa.
they didn't have
Like I know
a
adults
job, a serious job.
in my industry that were married to a woman for 10 years, haven't been married to her for 12, and still pay her a check every month. How fucked up is that, dude? You married this chick for
Yeah.
10 years, you're gonna pay her for the rest of her fucking life.
Yeah, we're
Pretty
kinda-
much.
Alimony,
There's no, like,
alimony
18
is
years or
trash,
nothing.
We're seeing all that right now.
It is.
And that when that plays out, that
It's done
adds
on
so
purpose.
much
doesn't
more.
make sense to me at all.
Well, it
It's-
shouldn't be a thing anymore, like in our age, because
Oh, yeah, 'cause women-
back then.
women
Honestly,
rights and
equality,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I heard
Equality, but you still have-
No, I don't
But
mean equality. I just mean
alimony
that-
isn't. It's
Wait,
not
wait,
a.
wait.
Sorry, it's not a guy versus girl thing. It's not always the guy has to pay the girl. It's whoever made the more money.
Yeah.
So I've heard of other things like some people I've worked with, they got divorced, their wife made more money than them, and they're getting paid. So it's not,
You're kidding.
it's not
Good
always, yeah, it's not always the guy paying.
Yeah,
the
but
girl.
that's still fucking ridiculous that you have a relationship with someone, you decide
And you
we
gotta
don't want to
pay
be
out.
together anymore,
Well,
and then you have
especially
to.
like in the situation that we're going in. My mom wanted the divorce. She wanted the divorce. My dad didn't want the divorce, and so she divorced him, and now gets money. Yeah,
See, that's
a
bad.
lot. But it's
There's-
just like he's got screwed over twice. He didn't want the divorce for one, and
No,
has
you
to
guys
pay.
are older. Why does it have to do with that?
What does that have to do? No, it's not. It's not
No,
child support.
it's alimony.
Oh my gosh.
Who's chiming in?
So,
Dude, a divorce is
Who's
more
trying to
expensive than a marriage.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what.
Oh
I
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's about the same, isn't it?
What's the
I mean, I don't
And it
know.
creates so much.
leading cause of divorce. Is
Over the long run, you're paying
No,
out. You're bleeding
saying,
out. It's just bleeding
cheaper,
out.
It's cheaper to keep her, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's the
shit.
saying.
Yeah.
I never heard that saying at all.
It's cheaper
Yeah.
to keep her.
And just have a side chick.
No, for real.
I put imagine
got
it,
my
yeah,
side
buy
chick,
her some
my man.
purses.
Then they find out. Then they get the divorce, and then
You're still paying out.
yeah,
Most
you're-
It's never
religions are
pretty,
okay
yeah.
with it if you're cheating on her, so.
And a lot of the times,
That's another thing with my parents. I have no idea like how they're settling their divorce or
It's
like,
nasty.
you know what I'm saying. Like they don't
It's
they
gonna
don't talk to us
be
about
bad.
it. I don't know how the alimony works. My dad doesn't
So
work.
cute.
My dad really has nothing, to be honest.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. I think. Like
My mom-
honestly, your mom's gonna have to pay your dad alimony.
probably.
Pretty
Who
And
knows?
That's kind of hard in this situation because I mean, she's got a
True.
solid job for
And
herself,
true
but
data.
to support two people with her job is not
Yeah,
gonna be easy.
especially with Georgina going through graduating. She's gonna be in college soon.
Dude, Chewy.
Unless they settle. They could
Chewy,
say
you're
no.
I think-
grounded.
that's
I
where
wanna
they
be your
went.
dad.
Huh?
You're grounded. I want to be your dad.
Alright, thanks, Joe.
But
You're
no,
not
Money.
proud of me.
I will take. Okay, can you buy me dinner?
relationships
So-
are a trip, dude.
I paid
So-
for this whole fucking trip, yeah?
Back on point. We got, okay. From my memory, you guys recently,
Mm-hmm.
parents, went through a thing.
Divorce.
Right now. Yeah. The
Yeah.
topic of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now,
Mhm.
they're going through it.
Yes.
And then when you were super, super young.
They've always been.
And mine and I. So,
We're on.
But what's interesting is there's still effect. Like that's why it's almost like no matter what, there's gonna be things that affect you, obviously, right? Like 'cause
Yeah.
you're growing up, things shape you and mold
definitely.
you. So
Them being together and arguing makes me kind of question, like, do I want that?
Hmm.
Like, they don't look happy.
yeah.
Why do
Yeah,
I
but
want that? Should
there's-
I just be
it's-
single?
It's also knowing yourself, finding
being
the right
single
person
is not gonna be
at
make
the right
you happy
time.
either. I
Well,
don't
you
feel
know, Uncle Frank, Grandpa Frank, to me,
Yeah.
he's single. He told me straight up, like, I could see you being single the rest of your life. I was
Damn.
like, what?
You're
like,
fucked up.
tell kids
thought that
that?
too.
Like, what is that?
But no, I hear you. So, but I mean, that's something that we're gonna start wading those waters. I mean, like you guys are in serious relationships. You live with your woman. You're gonna probably get engaged. Who knows if that's gonna happen again? So
They say
we all love
time will
Carly.
kill.
It's all good.
What did I say?
That was good.
No, it's all no, but it's like, and that's where it's like we're gonna take the experiences and the tools that hopefully our parents passed down to us or didn't, and either try to do the opposite or
Yeah.
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 And then
so
even then there'll be things we
We're
get
gonna fuck it
blindsided
up.
by other things. So it's
Yeah.
like there's just, I don't think I'll ever be. Obviously, there's been what thousands of years of humanity, and no one's ever perfected it, right? So,
monogamy. No.
Yeah, we're never going to figure it out.
No one's
I'm saying
perfect in
that
marriage, like, people,
no matter what, even
never gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
The idea behind
Nothing's ever gonna be
perfection
perfect.
in a marriage is that you realize it's not perfect.
There you go.
Oh yeah, again, yeah.
and you live with it, and you accept it, and you work through it.
Well, yes and no. You can't
Well,
be that unhappy. You don't
also
just
to-
live.
Yeah,
You gotta
to a certain
make
degree.
changes.
Because
Yeah.
if Dick Hole wants to go do crazy things and that you're not into, you're like, oh no, let's not do that.
Or she's not the person you thought she was. You dated for 2 years, you've been married for 10, you're like, wow, I just unlocked a fucking treasure chest of.
But people change.
Or
Change
vice
after
versa.
10 years. Like,
Oh,
you
and that's
can't
the other
expect
thing, yeah.
To marry the same person 10 years from now to be the same.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something else you gotta cope with. And if it doesn't work out, fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
That's
it.
what my friend who's married. He's been married a couple. I mean, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 years now. They have a kid.
This is good. Yeah.
And he was talking about, he's like, every day you have to like remarry that person. Like every day you have to recommit and you have to tell yourself like,
Like,
I'm gonna
reminds you of
choose
love.
to love them. I'm gonna assume the best about them, and I'm going to do my best to love them regardless, you know, of anything. And that's every single day. That's really hard.
Dude, I think that's just what anyone's looking for anyways, is someone that understands your true intentions
The
and like
notebook.
Yep.
looks through all that bullshit and really sees your heart and doesn't let
It's a fucking
you know.
Notebook, dude.
who.
Mm.
The Notebook.
Where he retells her life every day.
Oh, you
Oh, that's
seen it?
ridiculous.
I love that movie. I think it was like one of the. I love it. I thought it was a great movie. I cried in the movie.
So yeah, it's like just to kind of wrap it up, it's like we
I love that
love,
movie.
we respect our parents and like the adults around us, but I mean we're gonna definitely take their experiences and learn from them. It'd be stupid of us not to.
Oh,
Yeah.
we need to
Just
start
like I
the
said,
dialogue.
we're gonna
We
see
And do all sorts of
ourselves
things.
One at a
being
time.
our parents in certain moments.
Yeah.
It's just natural. Like I
Be
said, I
your
do it
parents,
now,
yeah.
and it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
I guess the point is dialogue and awareness.
Yeah. Being able to
the
communicate.
divorce really messed up my whole mind, and now like I
Yeah.
see it and I learn from it, and actually I can use it in
Yeah.
my future relationship, and I hope that never happens to me. But it's
You go play.
horrible.
I horrible. That's honestly
It's a horrible,
like,
ugly,
a part
ugly
of my
situation.
parents' success. My dad was in and out of foster homes. His mom
Oh really?
was on the road all the time. Like, yeah, he had it hard.
So they were dead set on
And
making this
he was
work.
poor growing up. He had one set of shoes. He told me, how many shoes do you have in your closet? Like,
I don't know a lot.
yeah.
I just
Exactly.
Never
Yeah,
did
you
shoot.
know, you probably have like 3
One.
pairs of
These aren't
shoes.
even-
I think my
I think
only
they just
pair-
had
You
rainbows
got
and
flip
Vans.
flops,
Every
man.
day.
I have every pair of shoes I own. and with me.
So, I think part of his legacy is built around that idea. He doesn't want that for us,
Yeah, and he's
which is
done a great
you
job.
Yeah,
know?
it's the same
Yeah.
situation. I think
so it's a
every
horrible
parent-
event, but like you said, you should learn from it, and
Yeah.
and I think that's what you should take away from it because that's what a smart person would do, and you're a smart
Yeah,
person.
absolutely.
Oh well, thank you.
Aww.
I guess.
Sarcasm.
That was good.
But yeah, so thanks for joining us. I mean, this is episode 8. We wanted to kind of bring it back down to the ground and talk about some real shit.
Love you.
We appreciate you guys for joining us this week.
Thank
I
you
know,
for bringing us on, brother.
you know, we hadn't even talked about interviewing anyone or kind of bringing anyone in, but
Yeah.
it wasn't an interview. We just wanted to have a conversation.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're chalking it up.
So, no, we're not. But
We're Ames already.
yeah, so episode 8, hey, check us out, SoundCloud, YouTube, we got the vlogs up. We're gonna have a bunch of fucking San Diego content once we get home.
Babylon Creations.
Give us a week to just get it all buttoned up.
Do my thing.
BabylonCreations.com.
.com.
Ah!
And
Yeah.
I mean, what? Yeah, hit
Try
it.
to subscribe. Not try
Anything
to
else?
Facebook.
Anything else?
Subscribe,
Facebook, Instagram.
transcribe.
Want to talk about your
Facebook,
pants?
Instagram, my pants.
Yeah, your pants.
Let us know if you want some swag. We're gonna order some swag.
Get those DMs
Oh
popping.
yeah.
All right, guys, later.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.
Later.
Let's get fucked up.
Later. Let's
Later.
get fucked up.
I gotta take a shit, actually.
Yeah, go handle your pants.
That was good.
I think so. 40 minutes.
It's
We're
interesting.
starting to
That's not 40 minutes. That's the second part.
We'll cut.